Hello everyone. So today I thought I'll probably give you my long-term review of Syncthing. Now Syncthing is basically a file synchronization program. In case you have multiple computers or multiple devices, you may want to use it. And there are a lot of reasons why you want to do this because there are a lot of use cases. Now the thing is that you may have, of course, your mobile device. You may be taking a lot of pictures, and we all know that Google Photos is no longer free. Of course, it is still there, but it is not really free, and there is a limitation. And you may be taking a lot of videos, or for some reason, if you are basically trying to ensure that you have the same set of files in all of your computers, then I think you should definitely take a look at Syncthing. Now, Syncthing, the way it works is it will basically let you sync files between your devices, and you have to configure it for a specific, let us say, folder. Now, I have been using it for, I think, roughly 2 years now, and I use it not really to sync big files, but mostly to sync my main work files. Now, for example, if I'm writing any code, the code definitely will go to uh, code repository because I do commit my code, and that is how it should be because you need to manage the version. But apart from just the code, I have so many other files. I mean, we all have like different things that we have to worry about. I mean, small files. Not really. I'm not really talking about videos because videos are always videos directly go to my hard disk, which is always connected to this particular laptop. But apart from this, most of my files are always synced between my computers, and the way it works is you have to install Syncthing on your computer. Right now I have Syncthing installed. I believe it should be installed on my, let us take a look. I'm not really sure if this is installed or if I can do a man. So there is no manual entry, but if I run this, it will definitely run, and it will, I mean, to run this I need to run the command, but because I'm using this on Arch Linux will give you the option and flexibility to do things yourself. So I can also run Syncthing maybe when I start my computer, and the moment you start your Syncthing, if your other computers are available, you should be able to sync your files. And the way I use it, I have, of course, Syncthing installed on this computer, which is my Arch Linux main workstation. This is my primary device, but I also have like this beautiful Mac, and this Mac is something that I use for doing my only for Zoom calls. That is it. I mean, to be honest, Zoom calls work on this machine as well, but it is not. Sometimes I notice that there is a loss of frame. I mean, sometimes the video is frozen for like a couple of seconds, and if I'm talking to my clients, I don't really want that, and that is why, I mean, because this machine is actually very old. I do have like another Linux machine, but I don't really use the other Linux machine. Another big, not really big, but it's also like a small form factor machine, my HP computer, which I don't really use like all the time. But Mac is, of course, something that I use for Zoom calls and watching, of course, YouTube videos if I'm not really in this room or in my living room. So I also have this mobile phone, and Syncthing can be installed on your mobile device. Good thing about Syncthing is that it will selectively sync your files in a specific direction. So maybe you want to sync your files both ways. So all my main files, my work files, they are synced with all my other computers both ways. So if let us say I want a file to, for example, sometimes I am, let us say, scanning a document. So so far I have not really installed CUPS, CUPS, the Linux printer service. I had it installed on my Fedora machine, but not really right now on this Arch Linux. I mean, it can be done, but I never really got enough time to set it up. So I use my Mac to scan, and I also use like a Windows machine to scan, or not really to scan, but only to print, because my printer, it has a problem, because I try to refill the ink. myself. Yes, I do things. I like doing these things. To be honest, it's really silly to pay £30 for a for refill for cartridges if you can get the entire printer for £28. It's like really stupid thing to do. So it is better to either throw your printer and buy a new one, or just get like inks and refill it yourself if you have ink cartridge. And the problem with my printer is that although I can refill, but the black ink is, so there is some problem. I mean, because I have been refilling it for like a couple of years now, and I think or maybe for 3 years now, and I think now there's something wrong with the cartridge. So the thing is that to print in black, I need to use the color. So even if you don't really have the black color, or if there's something wrong with the cartridge, you can still try to, there is a configuration in your printer settings when you do it from Windows, only from Windows, where you can tell your printer that if you have to print black, then use the color use the color cartridge to create a black color. And that is the only thing, or one of the few things where I need a Windows machine. So yes, I do have Windows, and and recently I have like a Intel NUC. So that Intel NUC which I showed is working great. I'm really happy. My daughter is right now playing Roblox on it, and the fan is running really fast, but it works. Most likely I will not really sync like all the files. Even if I think, I have the option to sync it in one direction, or maybe some of the files, maybe couple of directories. But so far I'm quite happy with Syncthing, and I think it works really well. It is not really a personal cloud storage solution. I'm not really a big fan of cloud storage, even if it is like a private cloud, because because I don't really have like a lot of files. It is my ongoing aim to keep my file size small. Even if I record a video, I'm ensured that I reduce the size using FFmpeg, or I record it using my laptop, again using FFmpeg. Even if I'm doing this recording, even if I make a video from my mobile phone, I have this FFmpeg mobile app, which doesn't really work well, but that is my ambition. Like I want to keep my file size small, because my videos are not really about showing you cinematic things. It's more about content. It's more about sharing knowledge. So yes, after using Syncthing for roughly 2 years, I guess I can definitely recommend it. It is not super easy to use. You have to figure out a few things yourself, but there are plenty of videos online. But I just wanted to give you my perspective and my view of my take on this. To be honest, for a long time, even now, I do things actually manually. I mean, if you have to sync files easily from one computer to another computer, just do our thing. It works really well, but you have to figure out things on different operating systems. If you're on Windows, then our thing works, but you have to install not Windows, but Linux subsystem to have all the Linux based things. But if you're using something like Syncthing, you have like a visual, like you can do it easily using the web browser, because there's like admin panel that you will get, and adding new devices is also very easy. So yes, you can do it using your scripts, but it will actually Syncthing will make things extremely simple for you. And I thought I'll probably share it with all of you. I think definitely we should be. I mean, you don't need to, but my recommendation would be to definitely give it a try in case you're looking for a solution, because I think most of us don't really have like enough files. I think we definitely have more storage than files, and even right now I have like a couple of hard disks that are not used. I was initially thinking of setting up RAID, but I don't really have a solid use case and need for doing a RAID setup. But maybe I will in future if I maybe start making big videos, or if I have like a lot of videos, then I think that is definitely one good reason to set up your own RAID storage based solution. But so far, Syncthing is working fine for me, and that is all I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.